So here we are again at the land that time forgot. This is a family farm that's been owned in by the Lush family, who is the uncle to my sons, my ex-wife. It's pretty rustic. Tried to get some footage last night. I haven't seen it. We'll see if it's any good. But you get a sense of what we're doing here. This is a very old farm. The old Honda three-wheeler. That's not what we're here to see. The old Eldorado. Two-door. Not sure why it's parked here. Rat's probably been at it up the yang-yang. What we're looking at is right there. And that is a 1952 TR2 Triumph. This 1952 Triumph was apparently owned, well, it wasn't apparently owned, it was owned by the brother of the owner of this farm. They used to farm together. Lighting's kind of poor. I didn't really get a chance to get the full details on the car, so tried to get some footage last night. It was too very dark under flashlights, so this car was owned by Albert Lush, who was the brother of the co-owner of this farm. It's 1952 Triumph TR2. I spoke to Terry, who is Albert's brother, earlier. The story on this car is it's been sitting since 1963. Well, apparently, when the previous owner parked it, he was having trouble getting it to run. It was having a lot of electrical gremlins. Surprise, surprise. And they parked it, got busy, and have never been able to get it running ever after that. So it's quite nice as far as barn finds go. The rats have really been at it. There's a lot of broken pieces, but it's remarkably intact. The top is missing. I don't have a key to the trunk to get in, so, which is kind of a bummer. I'd really like to see that. And after Albert parked it, they never got it running again, and it just sat here. It sat down there apparently for a while. It's been moved into several different locations inside of this old barn here until its final resting place. The first time I saw this car was 30 years ago, and it was sitting here at the time. This is my ex-wife's family, and it's been sitting here forever. So you see, you can see 1963. So here he parked it. I believe he bought it in 1959 from a disgruntled owner who couldn't keep it running. And pretty much that's where she sits. This video is merely going to be a short little walk around to document it. You can see the floors are out of it. I think the frame itself is good. We haven't been underneath it. We'd have to lift it up because it really can't be looked at underneath very well. I think the only places where you've got some serious problems is the shocks, where the springs, well, not the springs. The worst place you're going to have a problem here is, I think, the spring shackles where they mount to the frame assembly. I think have rusted out. They would need to be rebuilt, which isn't the end of the world. But again, a remarkable condition for the fact that the rats have been at it and nesting in it. It's in better condition than my boat that got all messed up last month. And yeah, so here we are. I'll be frankly honest, I don't know much about Triumphs. Dual carbs. The carb assembly is actually moving. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. So last night I came in and I was shocked to see the carburetor linkages working and free. Someone's been at the cap. That will have to be redone. I don't know what kind of condition. It's probably broken. We'll probably need a new one. Looks like we're gonna need new plugs. Looks like we're gonna need, oh yeah, that boot is just melted. There's nothing left of it. I'm assuming that rubber there is old rubber that's just disintegrated over the years. That's a master cylinder. I think the car could be saved. I really truly do. I think this car could be saved. However, we're going to do a follow-up video later in the summer where we're going to attempt to restore, or not restore rather, we're going to attempt to get it running. There is oil in the engine. I checked it last night. I spoke to Albert, and he said before they parked it, they soaked everything in oil. All of the brakes, the engine, everything was doused in oil so that it would survive. Now, 60 years, I don't know if it's going to make it. But we'll find out, because we're going to come back. We're going to revisit this car, and we may just pick this one up. We'll see. If we can get it running and the frame is still good, we're definitely going to consider it, as long as the homeowner agrees. It's a family heirloom at this point, so here's a good shot. Dash. You can see. Maybe you can't. You can see 8,483 kilometers, or maybe miles. The dash cluster's all in really good shape. The radio's still intact. The rear view mirrors, interesting. But I do like the bucket seats. The trunk we can't get into. Someone's attempted to open it with a screwdriver. We'll get it open with the least amount of damage possible when we come back. The sheet metal is still decent. Definitely workable. Even the wire wheels, I think, can be salvaged. And these are all intact. We'll see. We can send them out for blasting and recoating if we wanted to restore them. They're not all rotted out. Well, I guess that's about it. I mean, there's not much to show for this car. At the end of the day, it's going to be a cool project. Definitely unique. I've never seen another one like this. So, we'll see you at the end of the summer on this one.